It's week 2 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's 4th in the NFL in passing touchdowns this season. It's the Chiefs and the Bills, next on EA Sports.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind.
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's taken in by Shakir. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
First down, Bills.
They send Jackson, the tight end, in motion. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is how you drop your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
That's taken in. Keon Coleman. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this. with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
First and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here. I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Mahomes on first down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
That one is good. And the Chiefs will tie the game at 3 apiece. Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start first and 10. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Here's Stroud. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Bills.
Here we go. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle. 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Stroud. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Stroud to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
That is caught side of the end zone. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo. That his first touchdown of the new year.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Makes the score Bills 10, Chiefs 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball is going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They send him right out of the slot. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8.
At the 42-yard line.
Throwing from the gun. Here's nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stroud. Pass to the left side and taken in by Coleman.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. The Bills with the early advantage. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Stroud. Looking middle. He's got it complete to Coleman. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now a 3rd and 2. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down. They send Jackson, the tight end, in motion. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards, with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. Throwing on second down, Stroud. That's into the hands of Coleman.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Bills first down. Throwing is Stroud. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll take this to the 13. 3rd and long. Now, Stroud. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Bills.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass. But really, everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bills 17, Chiefs 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. A first down throw for Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Number 15, Patrick Mahomes on the keeper.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
On comes the punter now. And he'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense getting set to get back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10.
The pass on
2nd and a yard. Stroud going to set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Bills bringing on the punt team. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. On play action, the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
They motion the slot man left. On third down, Mahomes. Quick throw, taken in. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, KC.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Motion man set right. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. Pick up of the 11 yards on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the Bills' 38-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
One of the tight ends motions right. Off the play fake, Mahomes. That one intercepted. Inside the 40. To the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
The extra point, up and good. And the Bills extend to a 24-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll motion a tight end right. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. Off he goes. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. On first down, it's Mahomes. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. On second down, Mahomes. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Here's Mahomes. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Trey Benson with a touchdown run. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. But but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Mahomes fakes the give and keeps it himself. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Mahomes. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bills offense. And their running back set to go once more. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one, with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Stroud to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
All right. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
On play action. Stroud. That's taken in by Shakir. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That one taken in. Touchdown, Buffalo. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Bills will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. Slot man in motion left. Mahomes on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Patrick to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot based on what the receivers do.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Mahomes. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup, and it brings us to 4th down. Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bills offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They send Jackson, the tight end, in motion. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw is Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On 2nd down, Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Stroud. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Buffalo.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Now, Stroud. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know...
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Bills. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The extra point is good, and the Bills are able to extend the lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now a give up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Mahomes. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's going to have the Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 12 facing fourth down. Mahomes. Quick throw, taken in. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
At the 19-yard line.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Right back to the air for Mahomes. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 13-yard line.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The PAT, up and good. And the Chiefs are able to edge a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Up the middle they go. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Bills
First and 10. Set up, 2nd down.
35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Now a 3rd and 2. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Now a give on the ground. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. And this has to feel good for this team, Greg, after losing week 1 to continue to add to the lead here in the 4th quarter and get themselves likely back to 500.
Yeah, just a really nice bounce-back performance. After talking to them, they felt really disappointed in their week 1 performance. They felt like they got off to a slow start, Mike. So now here in week 2, bounce back, deal with a little adversity early in the season. I think this is going to bode well as the rest of this year plays on.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Mahomes back. There's that man again. Another catch. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes. Quickly to the outside and complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. One of the tight ends in motion right. On 3rd down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. And they have definitely righted some wrongs after the loss in the opener. They have the lead here, and they start this possession 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 9. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down. Now a run. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up second down. A tight end in motion now. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still second down.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Stroud. That one hauled in. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
First down, Bills.
So a road win here for the Bills. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.